Hey guys, Mallory here for Thronotiska Heritage Center. So I thought I would go over a little bit with you some of the more common rocks that we think of and where they fit within the rock cycle that if you're not that familiar with, you probably know a little bit about. So the rock cycle, which doesn't necessarily go in a circle always the same, but the rocks kind of move from one type of rock to another. But you have three different types of rock. So igneous rocks are rocks that come up from the earth. So whether that's being pushed up through the ground, like granite, or exploding out of a volcano, like obsidian, they come directly from the earth. Then those rocks, so that is where like rocks are born, if you will. And then those rocks can undergo weathering and erosion. So different parts of the rock can break down over time with wind and air and water. Erosion is a fun process, and then it turns into little tiny sediments, which is how you get sand. And then those sediments can get compacted and squished down together in different layers, and that is a sedimentary rock. So you have those, which is things like sandstone and limestone. And then things can happen to the sedimentary rock where over time they undergo heat and pressure. So they're pushed together back within, closer to the Earth's core, or they undergo intense heat, which turns them into a different rock, which is a metamorphic rock. So the word literally means to change shape. So those rocks become whole new rocks, things like marble and gneiss and quartzite. So the cool thing about metamorphic rocks is that they all have parent rocks, because you can only get metamorphic rocks from other rocks, either an igneous rock or a sedimentary rock. So I just wanted to go over a few fun rocks that you probably know about. So going back to igneous rocks, we have obsidian here. These are small samples, but you get the picture. Nice, glassy. It's called volcano glass sometimes. It comes straight out of a volcano, so it's kind of dangerous because this falling on your head would not be fun. But so coming straight out of a volcano is igneous and pumice. Whoops. Everyone knows about pumice when you go get a pedicure. It's what a lot of places will use to scrape the bottom of your feet. It's very abrasive. So these are going to be two different types of rock that come straight out of that volcano as an igneous rock. A type of rock that's going to come out of the earth, not necessarily out of a volcano, will be granite. Here's a larger example of granite. And you well know that a lot of things are made of granite: buildings, headstones, countertops. It's a pretty good, hardy rock. The cool thing about granite, too, is you can see all of the different minerals within it that make it up. So minerals are kind of like the ingredients that make up the recipe of a rock. So they're another way you can tell what type of a rock is what by the different minerals that you find within it. Moving on to sedimentary. Where is a good one? Here we go. This one's real rough and sandy because it's sandstone. So sandstone is basically just compacted sandstone down in all of those layers. And when you find sedimentary rocks, specifically sandstone and limestone, which here's one, but here's a better example of limestone. It tells you, the cool thing about sedimentary rocks is it tells you what the earth looked like where you find those rocks. So when you find limestone, a lot of times you'll find fossils within it, marine fossils, because limestone comes about from a shallow marine environment. Another cool thing with limestone, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or hear it, but it reacts with hydrochloric acid. Oops, that was a lot. So you have the fizzing and it's the calcium and the carbon in the limestone react with the hydrochloric acid, and the byproduct is hydrogen gas, which is cool. There's that one, limestone, sandstone. Another thing people always forget is a sedimentary rock is coal. Many uses for coal. We burn it and get energy and electricity. Santa gives it to you if you're a naughty kid. So coal, which comes from, I like to say it's decomposed and compressed dinosaurs. and organic matter, which is cool. So those are all sedimentary rocks. Moving on to metamorphic rock, we have marble. Again, a really hard rock, notable for building structures, stones, countertops, things like that. And the parent rock of marble is actually limestone. So limestone undergoes heat and pressure, you get marble. Here we go. Oh, it's stuck. Another cool parent rock, or another cool metamorphic rock, is schist, which is in all sorts of different layers. And the parent rock of schist is shale. So shale is the one you can a lot of times see bigger examples that'll have those pretty fern fossils in it. So shale comes from a deep sea environment. And then heat and pressure, you can see it changes color sometimes, but you still have those layers of the rock. And then this one's my favorite because it's just a fun word, is gneiss, because it's spelled G-N-E-I-S. This is a better example of it. But gneiss comes from granite, which this one didn't come from this one because they're different colors. But you see how all of the different minerals are all kind of just thrown together in all sorts of different patterns, and it's kind of random. When granite undergoes that heat and pressure, the minerals line up, and gneiss always has these nice lines where you can see the different minerals as they've layered out. So just some cool fun facts about rocks. I really love them and studying them because they're just a cool and fun way for you to know what was there. So I always like to say that rocks can tell a story, specifically sedimentary rocks. So yeah, thanks for joining. Comment with your questions or below, or some cool fun rock stories, and we'll see you next time.